We'll go over the review for Test 1 for MAT 0018. The first problem is an addition problem. 567 plus 383. Write it vertically. We'll add 7 plus 3 is 10, so we have to carry. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 1 is 15, so we have to carry. And 3 plus 5 is 8, and 1 is 9, so 950. Problem 2, 462 minus 397. First, we'll write it vertically. 462 minus 397. And we start in the ones place. This one we're going to have to borrow out of the tens. We don't have enough, 2 minus 7. So we'll borrow, it'll go down to 5, and we're borrowing 10. So 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. And now we don't have enough here, 5 minus 9. So we're going to borrow again out of the hundreds. So now we have 15 minus 9 is 6. And 3 minus 3 is 0. If we wanted to check, remember you add back. So 65 plus 397. 7 and 5 is 12, carry. 10 and 6 is 16, carry. And 462 gets you back to the original. Next we have a two-digit multiplication, 48 times 77. We will write it vertically. And it doesn't really matter which one goes on top when they're the same length. If it's had a longer one, put the longer one on top. And you start in the ones place times everything on top. So 7 times 8 is 56. Carry. 7 times 4 is 28. 9, 30, 1, 2, 33. And then 7 times 8. So we've moved over to the tens place. 7 times 8 is 56. And we carry our 5. 7 times 4 is 28. 9, 30, 1, 2, 33. Then we add 6, 9, 6, 3. So 36, 96. Next we have a division. We need to write in a long division grid. So we have 6. So what you divide by goes on the outside. Into 336. And we tried to divide 6 into 3. It won't go, so we have to go into the next digit. 6 into 33. We make a guess. I think 5. Then you multiply back. 5 times 6 is 30. Make sure you line it up exactly under. It should go under. Subtract. 3 times 0 is 3. This one is 0. And bring down the next digit. Then you start the process over. So we divide again. 6 into 36 goes 6 times. Multiply back. 6 times 6 is 36. And this one worked out even. There is no remainder. If you wanted to check on a division, you multiply back. 56 times your divisor. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33. Get you back to the dividend. We have another long division. 909 divided by 43. So our divisor goes on the outside. We have to go to the long division grid. Into 909. So we have 43 we're dividing by. Won't go into 9, so we have to try 90. It will go 2 times because 45 and 45 makes 90. So we're a little less than that. Put it right over the last digit you go into. Then we multiply back. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract. So you're borrowing here. 10 minus 6 is 4. Bring down. Then you're going to 43 into 49. We'll go 1 time. 143 is 43. And subtract. This should be less than your divisor. It is, so this is your remainder. So we have a remainder 6. If you're going to check one that has a remainder, you do the multiplication of the quotient times the divisor, and you add back last. We'll do it real quick. So 43 times 21. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. Then we switch to the 2. 2 times 3 is 6. You move in one place. 2 times 4 is 8. 3, 0, 9. And now we have to add back our remainder, which is 6. 9, 0, 9. And we're back to our dividend. Next we have two problems. We're going to round to the nearest 10. And so for 467, we're going to find the 10 spot, which the 6 is into the 10 spot. You look one digit to the right, so we're looking actually at the 7, which is to the right. If it is a 5 or higher, it will push our tens place up. It is a 7, so it's going to push us up. So we will go to 470. The next one, 234, to the nearest 10. Find the tens place. The 3 is in the tens place. Look one digit to the right. 5 or higher would push it up. It's lower, so it will drop to 0. This one will drop to 230. There is an alternate way to round. If this works for you, go this route. If it doesn't, write the tens that are around your original number. So an alternate way, if we have 467, the 10 that's below it is 460. The 10 that is above it is 470. It's in between. Whichever one is closer to. 67 is closer to 70. So it's going to be this one. For the other one, 234 is in between. 230 is the lower one. 240 would be the next higher 10, and 234 is closer to 230. This is what's really going on behind the scenes. Next, we're going to estimate the sum by rounding each number to the nearest 100. Anytime it says estimate, you round before you do the math. So we're going to round each of these to the nearest 100 before we do the math. So I'm going to just write it vertically, just like it is. So 4892, 647, and 1876. I have to round each of these to the nearest 100. The 8 is the 100 spot. Look one digit to the right. 9 is going to push it up. So it's going to be 4900. 647 to the nearest 100. Look one digit to the right. 4 is lower than 5. So this one is going to round down to 600. The next one, 1876. 8 is the nearest 100. 8 is the 100. Look to the right. And the 7 will push it up. So this one is going to 1900. Then we add. So 9 and 9 is 18. 1, 2, 24, carry, and 6, 7, so 7,400. Our next problem asks us to write using exponential notation. You have to watch your directions. It does not say evaluate or work it out. It says write it with the exponents. So we're going to look for each different base. So first I have a 4. And I only have one copy, so I'll just leave it. I don't have to write the one copy. My next base is a 2. And I have 3 copies. That will be my exponent, the number of copies. And then I have a 3. And I have 2 copies of it. So this is exponential notation. Problem 9. We're going to simplify 3 to the 4th. That means to make 4 copies of the base. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then we need to work it out. So we could just go across. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. Times another 3 is 81. Or we could have regrouped if we remember the associative law. 3 times 3 and 3 times 3 would be 9 times 9, which is also 81.